Dear friends, here we are, just waiting for you to come. So today we're gonna start to do some nice sketching, like every Monday and every Wednesday. Hi, ciao Marcin, welcome back. You know what? I had a big problem with my internet at home. When I started to open up my PC, I discovered that I had no connection at all. So I told myself, what's going on? I went to check my internet box, but it was still not talking with my computer. So what I did, hi guys. So I turned it off and I turned it on again, and I guess now it's working fine. I was almost ready to write a message on Facebook or Instagram and saying, I'm sorry guys, I have problems. But now, at the moment, it's working pretty well. So we are 8 people, that's great. So let's wait a couple minutes. Hi guys, so how are you? Are you practicing? Are you drawing? I hope so. Hi, I am fine, thanks. What about you? I saw yesterday movie Ready Player One, and I saw lots of your tweets in there. It's cool. Yeah, I know. People also talk. Some other people talk to me. Ciao Ray. So Siddharth is there. Luan, Kunal, Rohit. Well, you guys all coming back. That's great. Good. So today I think that we could try today. Yes, of course I've been following Formula One. Of course. Hey Guru. Ciao. I'm improving. Thanks lots. Oh, I'm happy see that if you are starting to improve, it's very important. It's very important. I'm very happy for you. I mean, I'm very happy for all of you that are sketching and starting to understand a little bit better how to put things together. And also, what is very important is the method. Okay, as you can see, I always follow the same method. Every time I start to do a sketch, whether it's a quick sketch or something that is a little bit more complete. Ciao Aditya, welcome back. So, so today I was thinking, why don't we try to do some little details of interiors, like center console, stuff like that. Maybe we could try to do something like that. Detailing some details, like we tried last time with the elegant, luxurious car silhouette we made, where we did a detail of the exterior design detail on the belt line. All right, so I don't know how many we are because here looks like we are only 8 people, but I think we are more. Can designers have a bonus if the car sells well? There you go. I knew that someone from Orient would talk about money. Ray! Those are not our questions I don't like. Bonus. What do you mean bonus? Yeah, you are a bonus. You're a good bonus guy, right? Bravo. Of course, in a company, in a big company, when you work, okay, you have you belong to a structure, okay, and a vertical structure and an horizontal structure. Then you have your boss, the boss of your boss, all right. Managers depends where you are on the ladder of the career, and of course, the higher you are, nice presents sometimes you can get according to your performance of the past year. Okay, so it's a lot like you pass an exam at the end of the year, where your boss, this happens to me too, where your boss tells you, you know what, we had those projects, you did those 3, 4 projects, those ones you were very good, this one was so-so, I think that you should improve on, in doing this, I don't know, whatever. And then a few months later, the moment in the company arrives where some money is given left and right according to the projects, their importance, and of course to give a prize to the team's member, and of course you too can touch something if you worked well. And I can assure you that it's not so easy. All right, so this means that we work very hard. You don't work hard only at school, but only when we are at work. Let's read what Kunal is writing. Can you go to car design school only with diploma? You get in online car design course and then portfolio and other. Yeah, of course, Kunal. To go to a car design school, you need to have completed what we call college, the American college, the 4 years until you become 18 years old. If you do this school, all right, which is a sort of a generic school, until the 4th or the 5th year, according to the countries, then you have a first diploma, which is a general education diploma, which is your college diploma. After that, you should apply to university or to a technical school to start working faster. Well, then in that case, you can choose car design school because it's a specialistic type of school, okay? In some transportation design schools, as I said many times, are 3 years plus 2 of master, or they are 4 or 5 years, according to the countries. I hope I answered to your question. Good, Ray. I'm happy for you that you got the point, which is very important. But design is love, is passion. And if you do it well, with responsibility, you will find always someone that once hired you, will be with you and will say, you know what, you really did well with such a passion, so good for the team, so good for the project. This is for you. All right, so we got it. Sir, I'm now working on a car design studio startup in India. Wow, that's cool. We are designing a square steering wheel. All right. Can you please give me some ideas how to design steering wheels? But if you're already working, why should I give you ideas about the steering wheels? Come on, man. If you're working in design studio, it means that they hired you because you already have ideas. Here, we try to learn how to sketch better. I'm not going to give you ideas. You know how many things very interesting I see all day long. I cannot come here and give you ideas. Come on. Thank you for clearing my doubts. No problem. Sir, have you ever heard of a brand called Luxgen? Yeah, I think it's a Chinese company, I believe. Luxgen. It's a new brand. It's a startup that is into luxurious lux design, I think, high-end design. The Indian market falls victim to generic designs over newer products. Yeah, I know that. Every time I go to India, I understand that there is a big... it's from Taiwan. Okay, good. Yeah, I know that India still has to do some cultural changes starting from schools, even if those changes are starting to arrive, which is good. But I would say that you guys, you need an acceleration. And I think that Renault is doing a good thing in India in terms of accelerating the design, the design approach, but also Tata, Pratap Bose, who is an excellent design manager in Tata, who I know him on LinkedIn, and we just crossed very fast in New Delhi Auto Show. He's a brilliant guy. He put together a very nice team, and he's doing really nice stuff. So watch out this guy in Tata Design in India. Market is growing very rapidly. I know that the market is growing rapidly. That's why India should go faster. Doing a lot for India. Yeah, I think so too, Luan. Tata, as I was explaining, I think it's doing the right thing. And we will start, okay? So let's see if it works. Okay, I'm fixing the cables, of course, so that we don't have anything disturbing our visual. I take this off, all right? All right, today a pickup truck like for, okay, okay, so, allez, let's have some fun. Okay, first I want to do some sort of interior and detailing interior. Why? Because when we do that, in reality it's not so complicated. Hey, today we have only 10 people. What's going on? Last time we were 25. I have only the super supporters. All right. Okay. So, if for example this is a line of our floor or the floor of our car, and we want to make we want to make a sort of okay, this could be, for example, if the car seat is here, I make it very, very simple. And here we have sort of 4x4, 4 seat, okay? Maybe this could go even more until the end. But anyway, this is the central console, okay? And we can imagine that here we must have some devices, okay? For example, to change functions, okay? Then in this area we have a sort of a soft area because it's like our furniture where I can put my elbow. I can put my elbow here, okay? And this is the body, okay? The body of our center console, okay? In which I have, of course, some nice arrangements, space. For example, if I cut here, I can imagine this element opening up or opening in different way, maybe sliding, okay? And here, I put another one, and for the rear passengers, we have another element, okay, that maybe is sliding here on the front, that opens up, for example, here, a nice bar. You can imagine to have a nice champagne bottle or wine bottle here with the glasses, okay? Right? Like a little home furniture, okay? So, this is just a beginning, just to try to understand the concept, okay? The concept we have in mind. We try to put a sort of, I don't want to say it's a design, but we start putting the areas. This is a ergonomic HMI area, okay? Where we have to communicate with comments, buttons and stuff, displays, to to have some buttons and stuff that will be related to the car for the driving. And here in the back, all those areas, it's arrangement, okay, and maybe also entertainment. Like, for example, here from the center, we can imagine we have an hidden display that will come out and will make a sort of a TV set, okay, coming out from a slot for the rear passenger so they can watch TV, for example. You see? So this approach is just to start understanding what the hell we are going to do. So you have a clear idea about your concept. You know that the design is going to be sexy, okay? Sexy design, all right? Because we want something very wavy, something very comfortable to the human body, stuff like that. And after that we did this, what do? It's not finished. This is just a quick sketch to start. So after that, what do? Well, I start sketching it. For example, let's be concentrating on the front area. Okay? First of all, let me make in perspective the whole furniture, okay? This stuff. Hey, she's wrong. Don't worry, we're just starting. This is a real start. Don't worry. Alright, so let's imagine that it is like this, okay? Then we can imagine that it's something like that, okay? So center line always. And when I start doing that, I'm starting thinking really proportions. So what am I doing? Well, I said that I want to put all that stuff in there, but can I really do it? So first of all, let's be concentrated on the area, okay, where we put our mouse, I would say, okay? Our mouse to change speed, for example, or to use it as an element that is used to drive the car, okay, to help driving the car, okay? So maybe it's like that. And this element can move. It can go in the front, in the back. Maybe it can also go a little bit on the side, you know, because there are some functions that are in that area. Hi Arshit, ciao, welcome back. So this would be the first part, okay? Now I'll start putting some shading because I want to see already also the 3D, okay? Because for me it's important. I really want to understand what I am doing. Also have the perspective under control. Then we said that this area here, it's kind of soft because it is the area where we put our arm, where the armrest, okay? And so what do? I take the center section and I modify it, because we said that because it is a soft area, no? Of course it has to be a little bit higher, also to give some quality to the design, okay? And because it is soft. So if I put my proportion there, I can put another cut line, okay? Because we said that this armrest, it opens, because under we have arrangement inside. You know, like all the cars, all beautiful cars have a nice arrangement, okay? So we have this, all right? And then, of course, I want to put a little bit of shading here. And now we said that we have a sort of a central part, which is like that. Because in the rear, we have another area very similar to this one that is dedicated to the people that are sitting in the back. Okay, and in the center, we said another thing, that we want to put here a sort of a display or a TV set that will come out from the inside, coming up, and will be the TV for the rear passenger. So this means that we must imagine that we have an area, okay, like this. You see, there is a kind of a hole inside, and the TV will come out, and we will have it here. This one, of course, we're gonna make it darker, because if it is a display, it's gonna be a nice dark element, very technological, right? Okay, and then of course we must have a sort of support, metallic support, that comes from the inside, because it's the one that is pushing the TV up. Once I do that, I put a little bit of shading inside the hole, because of course it's all dark. It's a hole. The light doesn't get into that area. So you can see already, you know, that from a side view, we are starting to understand more or less the proportions, the functions, a sort of a design, and we are moving on to see if we can find ourselves with something interesting. Now I'll try to make a seat, okay? After we'll control the perspective to make sure that the perspective is not wrong. Of course, we don't want a wrong perspective. But first of all, I just put more or less my proportions, okay? So now we can see that we can see something interesting. We start understanding our environment. Now we can imagine that the seat here has a sort of a rail on the floor that gives the opportunity to the seat to move on, you know, up and down. And because of that, we can even sketch very nicely an arrow. Why not? You see how many information we are adding to this sketch. And there too, I'm going to put a little bit of shading because it's going to look nice. And because we want to make sure that this communication graphics, this visual graphics, okay, it's clear. You see, now we go. I always do my point, my sharp point. Are you there? Nobody's writing. Okay, no big deal. In this area, we put a little bit of shadow because the surface is a little bit more inside. The light is coming from here, and of course we have the shadow of our seat here. You see? Good. Bravo, Cedar. You gotta draw. I'm drawing, sir. Great. Very good. So now, let's stop just for a second, okay? Perspective. Let's not forget the perspective. You see, if I put a line here, and I put a line here, and I put a line here, you can understand how we are managing our perspective. You see? That's nice. It looks pretty good. Because those lines are important. You want to make sure that we don't do shitty stuff. No, I did this line here because if I make the section of our floor, what's happening here, and I want to do it so that you understand why I'm putting all those lines, I do the section here. This is the section X section, okay? Coming down, okay? All right, coming down. Then it's coming down on the plastic body, okay? Which is this clear part, okay? Then it's coming down there. Then it's doing a little bit of this. That's the floor. Then, according to our perspective line, the section continues here. Okay. And then, according to perspective, this point here, it's going to be here. So you understand the section of the interior floor, our center console and everything? You know, when we do sketches like that, we can even imagine, wait, I want to do this better. This should be more like that. You know, we have to do design of seats, car seats that are inviting people to sit. so they don't have to look like hard okay, so let's make some shading. Are you there? I think that now I'm sorry for that. Now I think that he's back now. Okay, good, good. I'm always very shaky. Of course, I want to put also a little bit of headrest, okay? Which is gonna be here. You see? A very good idea, okay, of our detail of an hypothetical interior, okay? I'm cleaning up my lines as usually I do because I want to make sure that it looks nice, okay? We can even imagine to put some lines, you know, some those few sections that give the idea of the softness, of the seat. And now that I did this area here, I can imagine, just to complete the sketch, I can do this. For example, you see, I try to complete the back area. And I can imagine that, of course, we have another seat here. And we are not gonna do it too much, okay? It's just few lines to give an idea. You see? It's just to create a relation. Okay. Here we can imagine even to have a sort of display, little display, okay, not too big, in which we can imagine to have some nice graphics happening, okay? So the light is coming from there. We have a little bit of shading or shadow to make sure that everything looks more believable, more interesting. Okay? All right, so This is the first sketch of today, and I think that what is interesting here is that we don't see anymore the whole thing that we did here. Look, what we see now is just our sketch, focal point, okay? And then after we see this, we start looking and admiring everything else. And this is a very good communication. Ah, the audio, I'm sorry, Arshit. Can you please explain square steering wheel design? Hey, Naga, do you work with your friend in the same company? No, okay, no, not your fault. All right, okay, after we will see about steering. Okay. So, sketches like those ones, all right, are important. Because when you learn how to do this, it means that you understand how to get inside an environment. You see, I'm doing now the back wall behind our back seat. You see? Okay. So this is the first one. Now we can I'm sorry guys, but there are people calling me today on my telephone and I think it's always happening at the wrong time. Okay, so steering wheel is round. And then when we have a steering wheel, of course, with the years, we start doing this. This is the first thing that we all started to do in the industry. You know, I just cut a little bit of the bottom part so that my knees are more comfortable when I'm sketching, when I'm driving, I'm sorry, when I'm driving, okay. And then here I put the area where I put my thumb, okay. And of course, the top is round, okay. The bottom, we said we try to make it straight as much as we can, even if it's a little bit round, of course. And after that, of course, we can imagine that we have a center part, okay. Okay, so basically this is a sort of a quick steering wheel, as we did it until today. Some cars are like have something similar. So we have your display on the middle of the steering wheel. No. This is not a display. This is an airbag. This is the logo area. And here we have the airbag. Okay, this is the thickness. All right. And of course, when I do the sketching here, of course, this is a cylinder, this part. Cylinder here. So you see, I put my shadow according to the cylinder technique. We are designing a car, we have display on the middle. Naga, a display in the middle steering wheel is the best way to have a very nice car accident. So if you guys want to kill yourself, please put your display in the center. Because when you drive, you cannot check your display in the center of the steering wheel. Unless you are driving a Formula One. Okay? So if you are doing this in school, you should be very careful. But anyway, I need to design steering. It looks like a rectangle or a square. Okay, of course, then once you do this, okay, which is the typical proportion, okay, so proportion, then what you should do, wait, I'm searching for the right paper, because here I have lots of paper. Okay, so I put this sketch under a new clean paper, okay, and I put it on the upper left corner here, okay. I do always, of course, my sharp pencil, because I'm looking for quality sketch. And of course, when we do this, we can imagine you see? And here you have a configuration of a squarish steering wheel. Quick sketching, okay? Very quick sketching. And what I'm doing, basically, I'm trying to construct, okay, the basic elements of my squarish steering wheel. You see? Look at the difference. Ayush, don't worry. You're late. It's okay. I'm gonna show you what we did before. You are right. We did this. Look. We did a sort of a view of the back seat of a very nice car with a center console, TV set, sections that show us how this interior really is. Okay, and after that we start doing steering wheels, because somebody has to do steering wheels here. So we did a typical contemporary steering wheel, classical, and then on top of that I said let's put this on top and let's start modifying it into a squarish steering wheel. Miroslav, ciao. I think that the square steering wheel for a road car is not very ergonomic. For a race car, maybe. Yeah, Miroslav is right. Can we follow rapid doodling when we are designing a steering wheel? Yeah, of course. Of course. You know, you can even imagine something that is like that. Look. You know, after we can go with a lot of imagination. Look what I'm doing. Now, I don't know, this probably will never work, but in the ideation stage, when we sketch, because we are looking for ideas, why not? It looks more interesting, this one. Then we can imagine that here and here we put something that is very rough, so that we have a nice catch, okay? Nice grip, you see? You see? Look. And this can be a quick way of, you know, looking for ideas. Maybe in concept art it's looking great, but it's not ergonomic. Yeah, it's right. Marcin is true. Reality is that for today's cars that we drive in time at slow speed or even on a freeway, a steering wheel like those two would be really, really very complicated. That is the problem. Very complicated. And if today we still go for those steering wheels that sometimes now, like Peugeot, you know, they are starting to become more like that. You know, more like this. Like a little bit cut on top, cut at the bottom, okay, so that we can reduce this. It still looks like a round steering wheel. Yeah, in racing cars, of course, that's what you need. The smaller the better, because you just do this and that's all. Okay, so we did some steering wheels, all right. And now, if you want, we can do another car sketch, exterior design sketch. What do you think? All right, so I put this underneath, so I prepare my base. Okay, it's nice and soft, clean. So your popularity in few years will go down. Marcin, I don't know about SUV, honestly. At the moment, everything is really high about SUV. Everybody loves it. You should send me a message on Facebook. Well, I go and check. Not now, but after. Oops, my point is not good. So now I want to do something really very free, very, very free. So what I'm trying to do now is something really modern, something really a little even strange. Can you see it? Ciao Ross, welcome back. Can we differentiate between type of sketches for ideation development, etc.? How much time should be spent on them? You know, that's a very good question, Ross. As you can see, those 2 months we're working together, I'm doing different type of design definitions, sketch definitions. Some are just very quick, some others are, it's up to you what you can include in a certain type of presentation at a certain type of step of that project. At the beginning, we can go with very quick ideas, but when the project is already 3 months, you're working on it, and you are working on some latest modifications of your design before we go into modeling, then there you gotta be very, very precise. When we try, the last thing to look at and stare is the same way. Yeah, it's true. Yeah, exactly. All right, so now I want to do something that is really I want to play, you know, I want to play with those shapes that we see also on several type of show cars. And what I want to do it really quick, very fast. I don't want to spend too much time on it. Because I assume I'm doing just a quick sketch, okay? To get you see, to get an idea, very quick idea. Please give me your Facebook email ID. We'll send your car concept. We need a small change in our car exterior body and interior body. Please help us. No, Naga, I'm not gonna work on that. I'm sorry. I don't agree. A lot of people ask me, look at my sketch. Please, can you improve? I will never do that. What I can do to you, for you, I can show you the method and how you can reach a certain level, you know, to sketch and express yourself. But please don't ask me to take your work and give you a design critique. I'm not gonna do that. We are not a school. You have, if you are doing this for school, you have teachers. Well, then they have to tell you. You ask them. What you can do here with me, if you like, is just to exercise understanding how I try to sketch in a simple way, but very, can I say, very, very good to get good results, okay? And that's all. A lot of people ask me stuff like that, but I never do it. It's different if you show me, for example, your portfolio. Then it's different. You do your portfolio and you want a feedback about your portfolio. Then in that case, of course, no problem. You send it and I check it. No, Naga, if you're an engineer, I'm sorry. If you're here to learn, you know, engineers can become very creative if they want to. So here I'm showing you some secrets. So take advantage of that. Okay, so now that I did that, I want to make sort of shape, okay? So here we go. Okay, this is the first one. The bottom one, which will be a little bit darker, okay? And then the glass, front glass area. Okay, now that we did that, I can just put some shadow so that we have an idea that the car is really we do those things that they're kind of very modern. You see? And now I put some shadow. And when I do the shadow, I'm gonna make it really dark in the front because I really want to have a very nice contrast. Very nice contrast. Look, this is really dark. There is no doubt that there is a shadow. And I'm doing also in the front, look, on the line of the bottom of the car. You see? Imagine there is a rain, so there is a very light reflection on the ground. Then here, of course, you're welcome, Martin. Thank you very much for your compliment. Okay. Let's clean up some lines. And we add also some details. So reflection on the side glass. And we really want to make it dark because as we said before, this is our focal point. You know, focal point is going to be here. So we want big attention there. Okay. Now what we're missing, the last thing is, what about front lights? So front lights should be here. I make a little detail that it might give the idea that we really have a front light here. You see this little detail there? It's just the little thing, it gives us the idea that there is a face there, which is good. Okay. Now, what else can we add? The door cut, so that we have a big, huge door here, okay? So if I make a nice big ellipse, okay, I can imagine that we have something that does that. You see? That's not bad. Nice proportion. I'm doing just a little detail here in this area of the windshield. And as you can see, basically our windshield, it's not so around, it's kind of flat, because here there is a hole there. The air is coming out. And here there is the shading of the windshield. And we can imagine that we have a top that opens up here. Okay, so now the last thing we have to do, I'm gonna clean up my brush, so just wait a second. Okay. And now what I want to do, I want just to add two things. First of all, with the white pencil, I want to put a white line here. But I need a ruler to make sure that I'm pressing kind of hard, unless I cannot see the white line there. And the same thing, I have to do it here. It's not so easy. Okay, so the white lines, maybe you can see the white lines. I don't know if you can see them. I hope you can. And those are important because there's a little reflection under the glass, you know, the little things, the little detail that makes the thing special. So here I just want to make it a little bit better. It's a little better, the detail here. You see the light, it looks like this part is coming out. You see? It's nicer. I think it's better. And now let's put the 2-3 hotspots. Okay, our highlights. So the first one, I'll put it here, right there, the darkest area of our windshield. Ellipse. There you go. With a little dot just next to it. Big ellipse, little dot just next to it. Then we do another one. You know, I check my brush. If I see there is too much paint, I try to take it off a little bit. I want to have a brush clean, you know, so I know that I have a nice shape coming down. And of course, as we said, when we put the highlights on a side glass, we kill the line, okay, of the reflection. We go just in between, just across it. In the center, like that. Okay, it's done. I'm not adding anything else. I'm gonna clean up my brush. Okay, so now I take, well, let's put our signature because it's important. Today is 16/05/18. All right. Look, it looks nice, not bad. In terms of cleanness of the sketch, with the heights and stuff, it looks pretty much in control. You see how little highlights I put. Very small, very few, not too many. A lot of you, I see they put a lot of highlights. As I said the other time, it's a mistake. The highlights should be put only in a few spots, basically focal point. Okay, here I see there is a little mistake, so I can always clean up the mistake, okay. A little bit of shading also on top of the hood. Why not? So it gives a better feeling of the 3D, and this line also in the back should be like this. Okay, you see, just fixed few things important to fix. So, and that's it, you know. Better than Photoshop and Sketch, very nice. You know, about Photoshop, I already talked about that, you know. I already talked about that few videos ago, in which I explained very clearly that for me the here we are. Excuse me, I'm just okay, so that we can talk together. That for me, Photoshop is very important, of course. Photoshop is, but Photoshop is just the ultimate step. It's not the first step. I think that the biggest mistake a lot of people do, and I think you probably did also, is that you search, you're obsessed with a digital software that can give you the opportunity to make your creativity with a digital pen or with a digital 3D modeling software. If you do not have first the basics of drawings, you know, before you must be able to do stuff like that. Before you have to draw, you have to draw. You know, that's a good thing, is that we must learn how to feel very confident with our pencil. We do interiors, we do exteriors, you know, we just have fun. And when you see that the proportions are correct, you see that the perspective is correct, that your line quality is pretty much good, when you know that your theory of reflections is something that you really master, because the light, the shadow, the cast shadow, the thickness of the line, the shading of a surface, how your sections, you know, here there are sections. All the shading, it's given by the section. And that's something that you must get in your brain, your heart, in your arm. This is something that must be with you. When you master all that, it's going to be very easy to take a digital pen and discover the incredible potential of Photoshop, Paint, and all the other softwares that will give you the opportunity to go far beyond your possibilities and make beautiful illustrations. All right? So that's what I think about it. So, I hope that you are happy for today. Next meeting with us here online, it's gonna be for next Monday. All right? So if you want to share this video once it is on the page, you're welcome. Just do it. You do a favor to me, okay? And Luciano Bove review, okay? Hashtag on Instagram. Sometimes I see that Marcin is very active. The others a little bit less. But anyway, if you want, do that. Do not tag me. That's something I don't like. In fact, I always untag myself. Don't tag me. It's much better you use the hashtag so that I can go there and I find all of you with your sketches. And sometimes, like Marcin knows, I can even with my telephone try to do some corrections and send you the picture corrected, trying to explain to you which was the big mistake. Small mistakes is okay, but the big mistake, okay? So, thank you very much. Ciao, and thanks for being with me for this hour and a half almost. Bye bye.